Hello. The two-day international symposium on telecom regulation has finally ended at the La Palm International Hotel, and we want to pick the views of some participants on what they think about the whole program. I have with me Mr. Joshua Pepra, who was once the head of regulatory administration at the NCA. Thank you, Mr. Pepra, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. You're most welcome.
What is your overview of the whole program?
I think the program has been a success. It's a very progressive move on the part of the National Communications Authority, and it's good that we do these things from time to time after regulating in a very dynamic environment such as ICT and telecom space in Ghana. With all the massive growth that has happened, we need to pause and have a symposium and discuss uh, where we have come from and where we are going and how we're going to take advantage of technology for the benefit of our people and to grow this industry, the sector, for the next several years to come. Because, as you know, this industry things move and change very fast. And also take a good look at ourselves, the regulator, take a good look at itself and see how they can make things better going forward for the industry.
And this is the first international symposium the NCA has organized on telecom regulation. Is this something that you would want to be continuing?
Absolutely. This is the first of its kind. In the early years, we were doing things like forum to discuss certain licenses, what should go in and what should not be in. But that was in the past. That was before the major licenses were written in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004 period when we did the public consultation on some of these things. But since then, there hasn't been much. But this symposium, it's the first of its kind. And like I said, we must congratulate the NCA and encourage them to do more of these to elicit new ideas, fresh ideas from the upcoming entrepreneurs who are very close to new developments in technology and how they can also play a part in the ICT growth in Ghana. And we do that, engage with the traditional telcos who own the majority of the infrastructure on the ground and see how the two facets can coexist and create good things. Not only that, but as we do these discussions, we should take some feedback to the policymakers so they know what to expect from this industry going forward. Sometimes one has to manage their expectations. This is a growth area, and we must allow things to grow very well before we start milking it, if you understand what I'm saying. Thank you. Yeah.
No, and this has been a two-day event, and participation has been very encouraging. What do you live here with?
Well, I live here with a much hope for the future that the path that we have taken is going to inure to the benefits of this country, the ICT sector in particular, and the socio-economic development of this nation. That we have the means to harness the brains in regulating this industry and also open up for new technology to come in and really move things forward in a much more positive way. So I'm very hopeful about the sector, and I'm very hopeful for the growth of the industry and Ghana at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, and we hope to see you the next time. Yeah, thank you. We also have with me Scott from Australia. Am I right?
Yeah, Scott Minor. Okay. Yes, yeah, my name is Scott Minor, and yes, I'm from Melbourne in Australia, and I was asked to come along, and just absolutely pleased and honoured to participate in the NCA 20th anniversary symposium.
What interested you to accept the invitation to be part of this symposium?
Well, I think I'd recently been in Cote d'Ivoire, and I didn't get a chance to come to Ghana and to hear some of the good things that I understand have been happening. I did come here maybe 10, 15 years ago, I think, and things have really developed. And I think there's just sort of globally a view that there is a number of good ICT things happening here, that's having a big impact on the economy, that it's in the news. Therefore, very interested and very happy to participate.
And at the end of the 2 day, what would you say has been your evaluation of the whole symposium?
Oh, look, I thought the symposium was excellent. I thought that there was really a lot of engagement, which is the main thing with conferences. So you get a number of perspectives of views from policymakers, from regulators, from operators, from some of the other stakeholders, and hopefully we've been able to put together some Ghanaian views with some of the international views. So I think that from that experience, the NCA's got a really good position or ideas to take forward. It's the 20th anniversary. There's a lot of things happening in the sector. So look backwards and celebrate, but look forward and start regulating and thinking about what needs and what changes are needed to really help Ghana, both economically, but also to help consumers and the people at a social and other levels and cultural levels.
And over the 2 day event, 6 sections were held. You participated in most of it. Which one would you say interested you most?
Well, I could hardly be objective if I participated in one of the sessions, but look, around issues around OTTs, or at least the app economy, are really where I think the globe is focused in on, and not thinking necessarily about the narrow telecoms OTTs, but thinking about how all industries are being disrupted. And disruption, I mean in an economic sense, in a good way. More productivity, more interesting. So everything from Uber, Airbnb, what's happening with Facebook and Google, what's happening with some of the other great services that are coming, and then rolling into telecoms as well. So telecoms has really become, and ICT have really become, I think, one of the most important parts of any economy. It really does drive productivity benefits. It's the glue, the interactivity between all the other sectors of the economy. So I think it's got to continue to grow. I think it's really important at a national perspective. So I think that's the sessions that I enjoyed most, because I think it's completely relevant. Other things like infrastructure are things that are really important, but hopefully they're a bit more straightforward. We can get those right with the right inputs. Some of the OTT application and app economy issues, there's no clear 100% consensus on the way forward. And I think there's a really good opportunity here for Ghana to set some of the rules for West Africa and for Africa generally.
And a lot of information and knowledge were shared at the conference. What would be your recommendation to the NCA the next time it organizes a symposium?
In terms of, look, I think, I thought the format was excellent. I think maybe there's a need to have some, really define the topics early, and trying to do that. There might also be an opportunity to connect a little bit more with people and get use some of these apps that we've been talking about to get a view on what questions are important. You can actually input certain things from your seat. What's a really important question, get some consensus, and start using some of this ICT. So maybe if this becomes an annual event, these are the sort of things that can even get more interaction, because there's a lot of knowledge in the room. The speakers have a certain perspective, the other people who ask some questions, but you get everyone's view. how you can involve more and more stakeholders is really the key.
From what transpired here, would you wish that it becomes an annual event?
Well, look, I think that's a decision for the NCA, but I think this type, there is a real need to have some discussions in this part of the world, and those discussions should be about designing and putting together African and West African solutions. Some of the one of the things I said in my presentation was that some of the two-sided markets that have characterised the app economy, about where advertising is the driver, may start to break down in Africa as it is in some other emerging markets. Therefore, there's a real dialogue needed. So, given the pace of change, something like an annual event, I think would help that process.
Thank you for coming, and we wish you a safe journey back home to Melbourne.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Florida, University of Florida, on the business card.
We also have Dr. Mark Jamieson, who came all the way from Florida University, all the way in the United States of America. You came here purposely for this conference.
Yes.
Why did you decide to participate in this symposium?
Well, there were two reasons. One, the topics just sounded fascinating. They were talking about some cutting-edge topics that are in controversy and yet to be resolved around the world. Secondly, a lot of the people here have been my students, and I'm always excited to see the kinds of things that they're accomplishing and learn from what they've been doing, so that I can, the next time I have another group of students, can share some of those experiences and that knowledge.
And are they really implementing what you taught them?
Well, I don't teach people to implement particular things. I don't have the answers. So what I focus on are what are the principles that you have to apply? How do you think well about the challenges you have? And I think they're doing remarkable jobs in that space.
Regulation has been a challenging area for most developing countries. From where you sit, what's your evaluation of how regulatory activities is undertaken in Africa?
Yeah. Well, it's challenging in every country. I've done a lot of writing lately criticizing our own Federal Communications Commission for how some of the things that it's doing. So it's not just developing countries where regulation is challenging. I have enjoyed what I've seen here at the NCA. There's a lot I don't know about the work that's being done, but from what I have seen, I have to be very complimentary of the organization.
And I have to ask you once again, which of the sessions did you find most interesting?
Well, I think it was actually a combination of sessions. So the opening session talking about, the Internet of Things and what the real communications are like. Then the session with the session that I moderated, which was on over-the-top applications and how it is that the network operators and other people operating in that space can move forward, because the transitions are critical. Everything that we're doing today is temporary. Everything is an experiment. So the questions always are, what are we going to try next? And what are we going to learn from that, so we know then what our next step might be?
And for those who couldn't make it, what do you say to them the next time International Symposium is organized in Ghana by the NCA?
Well, there are a lot of things that I would hang on to. One is dealing with the cutting-edge topics, and another is having a diversity of opinions. And then also not shrinking from asking the most challenging questions. I think that the NCA did a great job rephrasing some questions so that people had to think differently and they weren't able to just use their standard answers. So those are things I would keep. The things I might think about changing, I'm not sure that there are big changes I would make. I would certainly keep looking forward For myself as a speaker, I didn't understand the symposium as much as I would have liked to have, but I'm a busy person, so that's probably more my fault than anyone else's. Now, I have nothing but good things to say about this symposium.
If you had the time, the next time, to be part of this symposium, would you accept the invitation?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always up for someone who's thinking hard and thinking ahead and engaging with them. So I think this was a wonderful opportunity for me, so I'd be glad to do it again.
And we hope to see you some other time.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
I wish you a safe journey back home.
Thank you.
Eastern, Central, Western, and Bronga half.
Meaning from my house in Beman Camp in Accra, I just have to shoot on my television and digitally migrate to receive more programs with better sound and pictures.
It's not that simple. Look, analog TV sets cannot receive digital television signals directly. Set-top boxes will have to be installed, just like we do with decoder boxes, to enable us watch television signals on our analog TV set that many of us have.
Okay. Koshwe, your Achacha TV needs STV. Your Achacha TV needs STV.
You see, alternatively, an integrated digital television set, that is IDTV, could be used to receive digital TV services.
My fiancé has promised to buy me digital TV like his own.
Yeah.
But how will I know it will work?
Beautiful. I thank you in advance.
Thank you.
On her behalf. However, STBs and IDTVs should conform to Ghana's digital terrestrial transmission receiver standard and should always have a digital Ghana logo affixed to it.
Okay. May I know the difference between my analog TV and a digital TV, if I should buy one?
As I explained earlier, having a set-top box makes all the difference in receiving digital broadcasting signals, and you have to have digital Ghana logo fixed to it.
What is digital terrestrial television? That is DDT. Hey, that's I'm sure. Oh, sorry, DTT.
In television broadcast, digital signals can only be received by a set that has digital set-up box. Terrestrial means ground-based information transmission. And your set-up box or your IDTV must have the digital Ghana logo affixed to it.
Again, sorry to bother you with my...
Oh, don't worry, I'm at your service.
Oh, okay, that's good. What is set-up box?
A set-top box is that unit that receives the TV signals and changes it, for it to be understood and displayed by your analog TV set. That's all. Go ahead. Why are you taking the television set?
I'm taking it to my radio and TV repairer to tune in DTT for me to watch a match between Accra Hearts of Oak and Ebusuan Drafts.
It doesn't happen like that. You see, you have to have a set-top box fixed to your TV to be able to receive the digital signals.
And that is that.
Before you can watch.
Thank you. Then I'll take it to my repairer before.
Let him go.
DSTV or FTV or MyTV or MultiTV, they receive their destiny by satellite transmission. So that is different.
If I have 5 TV sets, can I use one set-top box for all of them?
Oh yes.
Eh?
But you will see the same pictures on all of them. If you want to see different pictures on your TV set, then you have to have an STB box for each one of them.
My people, the message is simple and clear. DTT is coming. Starting in Accra and Kumasi. You need an IDTV or a set-top box to connect your TV set. Then you receive it to your UHF antenna.
Who is after you?
Have you seen anybody following you?
No, I'm not seeing. But what is it?
It was my this repairer who told me that chase me into my house and arrest me.
Oh, I see. You know what? All what it means is that If you do not switch over to the DTT,
Nobody will.
you cannot watch digital terrestrial television in your room. That's all what it means.
DTT is coming. It's Digitime in Ghana.
Digitime in Ghana.
Digital. It's digital. We are going digital. It's digital.